Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live English lesson. And this time it's with none other than Matthius. Matthius, how are you today?
Hi everyone. How it's going? And I'm good.
Glad to hear that. So, welcome to this live English lesson. So, what happens here is that I will have a conversation with Matthius, who is one of the students here, and he is one of the Achievers Chamber members as well, which is a Discord group you can all join. You will find more details in the description of this event. And in this lesson, we're going to have a conversation. It will be a dialogue. We always pick a topic. And today's topic is going to be dragons. You might be wondering, why dragons, Zdenek? You know what? I don't know. I just had the idea and I thought, why not? Why not dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I could come up with a lot of questions for that. So I'm sure Matthias will be able to answer. And as we talk to each other, I'll also be making notes about your language. And later in the feedback part, we will go through that, see if we can improve something. At the same time, obviously, you guys are very welcome to take part in this conversation in the chat. So this is broadcast live, so you have the opportunity to get involved by asking all sorts of questions. If it's relevant to the topic, I will even put it up on screen. We can ask Matthias your questions, and yeah, we can have a nice interaction there. It's good to have you here, Irena. Welcome to the stream, and Helen, of course, and again, Irena. And it seems that they have a very famous dragon in Krakow. Krakow, yeah, which is obviously a Polish city, because Irena is from Poland. Remind us where you are from, Matthias.
I am from Slovakia.
You are from
Uh,
Slovakia, so you are Slovak.
Slovakia.
Your first language is Slovak.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are a bit frozen, but that's okay. I guess it's
Yeah.
cold in Slovakia right now,
Yeah. I thought.
a little bit. Okay, then. In that case, we're just gonna move on, and I will ask you my first question here. And the question is: do you believe dragons exist?
Well, that's an interesting question, and I don't think they do.
It's disappointing.
Yeah.
How
A
come?
little bit, but I mean because what is a dragon?
A dragon is a dragon. Is it an animal or something?
Yeah, it would have to be an animal, and also most of the time dragons, as we all know, have wings, have scales, and and breathe fire.
Right.
And I don't think we have that animal.
Hmm. You don't have. Are there any animals that breathe fire?
No.
I don't think so. Which animal would be the closest to that? Do we have something like that?
Oh. Closest to this, probably not.
Maybe some like flying dinosaurs, you know?
Yeah, but we don't have that either. Maybe some lizard.
A lizard, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
dragon is kind of like a lizard. Like it has a tail.
I mean, yeah, it's exactly a lizard, but with wings and
Yeah. And lizards normally don't fly, as far as I know.
yeah.
So it's kind of between a big bird of prey, possibly, and a lizard. It's like a breed between those two.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you guys in the chat believe in dragons? Let us know. We would like to know. I mean, it seems like an obvious answer that dragons don't exist, but who knows? Maybe they do.
Yeah, maybe they do.
There is a reason that they are so popular, right? There's a reason why so many people talk about them and that they appear in so many stories and myths. So where did they come from? Why?
Oh.
Why do we have them? Right. Next question. Do you know any stories, films, or TV shows with dragons, Matthias?
Well, films. I I mean I don't really see films or TV shows, so I there are many TV shows and films that have dragons in them, but I just don't know the names. So
Mhm.
and stories, not that I know of.
Hmm. What about TV shows?
TV shows. Well, I would have to watch some TV shows for me to see any dragons in the first place.
I'm really surprised you can't think of any off the top of your head. I thought you are an expert.
Yeah, I mean, I mostly heard them from my mythology and legends,
Yeah.
not from television. So,
Well, when I say stories, it could be books, right? So if you have read any books about
um,
dragons or fantasy books which had dragons in them, then that counts as well.
well, I'm not sure, but did Lord of the Rings have a dragon in them?
I feel like there was a dragon, yes.
Yeah,
Wasn't there a dragon? Wasn't there a dragon that sort of transported Sauron or no, not Sauron, Saruman or Gandalf? Didn't one of those wizards fly a dragon? And then also, like once Frodo threw the ring into the mountain of into the mountain in the lava, didn't wasn't he then transported, or was that like a bird? Was that like a big bird? Was it a dragon or was it like an eagle or something? I can't remember.
yeah, same here.
Something like that. It's been a long time since I saw that TV show. But obviously, Game of Thrones. Come on, you have not seen that.
No,
Oh, okay, come on. That's surprising. Someone of your age, you haven't seen the Game of Thrones. Is it because it's one of those things that it's so hyped that it makes you not want to watch it?
yeah, I mean, I kind of watched some parts of it. I just didn't really get into it.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You can give it another go later. Dragons play a big part, especially in the sort of latest seasons. In the
Yeah,
last seasons, let's say, of the show. And I can think of one film called Aragon. Aragon.
never
It's
heard of
also
it.
it's based on a book, and that's where dragons play a very prominent part as well. Yeah. Uh, Luke is like, dragons? Yes, that's what we are talking about here, Luke. Um, and hello, by the way. Thanks for watching the stream.
Yeah, I look.
And Irena says that she has seen this dragon. I don't know which dragon you're referring to, but could you tell us more, please? Could you tell us a bit more? We would
Yeah,
like to know.
I'm also really like curious about the dragon in Krakow.
Oh yeah. Oh, the dragon in Krakow. Yeah, tell us more about that one. What does it look like, and why is it there, and what's the legend, and all that? Please. All right. So I posted the link seconds ago. I don't think, maybe it's possible that YouTube didn't want you to post the link, Irena. I can't see it in
Yeah,
the comments. Yeah,
me
so I
neither.
know you're saying you posted the link, but it's possible that the YouTube banned the link or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway, do you have dragons in your book? Now, people might be wondering, what do you mean in your book? Well, Matthias, as we know, I don't know if you know it, guys, but I know it for sure. Matthias is writing his own book. So
yeah.
tell us more what kind of book it is, Matthias,
Well,
in
it
case
is a
people have forgotten.
fantasy, fantasy
It's a
book.
fun.
I
Okay.
didn't really decide on what type of, if it's a novel or something else, because I'm just trying to get the stories together, kind of figure out the timeline, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to write the rest.
Are you writing it in English?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great, man. I love it. That's a really awesome practice as well for you. Yeah.
I agree.
So are you going to have dragons in the story then or not?
Well, they don't really fit in the story because there are a lot of other problems that I have to like manage. Like
Hmm.
there is the dark corruption, which is basically like the mist that just kind of takes over anything dead, like a plague.
Mist, like fog, you
Yeah,
mean?
fog. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
fog.
I
Yeah.
like that. Wasn't that hmm, wasn't that in the Robert Jordan Wheel of Time? Do you know Wheel of Time? Have
No.
you read that? They have this. I think that's a. It's I like this motif as well. By the way, it's kind of like almost like battle royale. Like when isn't like the same thing. You know how the island gets smaller and smaller. So this is like the opposite
Yeah.
idea. It gets bigger and bigger, and you have to escape it, or it will sort of.
Yeah, but this is kind of different because it only expands when it has some dead tissue, like dead grass, for example, dead meat. It can only get to that, and it can only spread
So is it? It's like
spread
a
with it.
dark. Is that like dark fantasy then? Is that could it be the genre or?
It could be, but this is only in the one part of the world. But the other side of this is, you could say, a country that has like these white flowers, which are
Yeah,
well, I don't exactly want to spell it, but these flowers are people of ancient civilization,
yeah,
and yeah, there are some other problems like a war happening, and yeah.
yeah. Okay, great. Like, don't spoil it for us because if it becomes a hit, I'm sure people might want to read it one day. So, um, yeah. Okay, great. I've I've got another question for you. Have you played any games with dragons in them? As we know, you are a big video games fan, so I just wonder if you have played any games with dragons in them.
Well, I I surely have.
Okay.
I think the first one that comes to mind is, wait, what was it? No, that was Hydra, not a dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have really played a game that had a dragon in it.
Really? I'm surprised again.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. Like this is a Hydra, another Hydra. Like I only have Hydras, which is like basically the same as dragon, but it doesn't have wings and it has multiple necks and
Yeah,
heads.
like heads, yeah. It's quite kind of scarier than a dragon, to be honest with you, a Hydra.
Yeah,
Yeah. Does it move fast? Does a Hydra move fast? Oh,
I,
because the,
I
the
don't.
the this what's scary about the dragon is that it flies, so it can get anywhere and really fast, right? So,
Yeah, but the thing about the Hydra is that you cannot really kill it because it regrows all of its heads. So
oh yeah, it regenerates its heads. So how do you kill it? So you don't kill it at all?
I think there was a myth, a legend that you have to kill all of the heads in one swing.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I think we have that in our legend in Slovakia.
Hmm. Do you?
Yeah, about Hydra that wanted to eat princesses,
Mhm.
but to kill it, you had to slice off all of its heads in one slice. So
Good luck with that.
yeah.
Sounds a bit difficult to me. Um, yeah, well, personally, I have played quite a few games with dragons in them. I remember the good old Heroes of the Might and Magic. It was a turn-based strategy. I loved it. Uh, Heroes of the Magic 2, Heroes of the Might and Magic 3, Heroes of the Might and Magic 4, and I don't think I've played Heroes of the Might and Magic 5, but there were always some dragons there. And then obviously I played one game where dragon was the main character. You could be either the dragon, you could either play for the dragon, or it was like a third person game, third person view game. And
Yeah.
I think there was a dragon. I can't remember the game, but I played it like a long time ago, maybe 20 years ago. I don't know when.
And what kind of game it was? It was a platformer or
No, no, no. It wasn't a platformer. It's like third person game, but you have the character in front of you, like third person view game. Like, what do you call it? Not
bird's eye view?
something like that, but not like third person shooter, but instead you had this dragon and you could fly and you could breathe fire, and you would just moving your character in front of you. I don't know what you call it. I know Jolly, one of our members, also plays a similar game these days. And of course, I forgot the name of it again, but she has shown it to us. It's very popular these days. Oh, I don't know. It's like a fantasy game where you can like kill monsters and stuff, and it's a similar style
I
game.
suppose.
And then obviously Skyrim. I love Skyrim. What a game that is!
Yeah, I
It's
should play it. Like it's one of
it's
the
an
games that I don't actually have in my library.
you should. It's really good. It's worth it. It's well worth it. It's a fantastic game. Fantastic atmosphere, and there's no game like that. Like for me, no game like of this style. Like of course the previous ones from the Elder Scroll series, but this one I think is the best. But the previous ones were good as well. Oblivion, and yeah, big fan of dragons and dragons in games personally. As enemies as well, they are just this menace. This something you want to slay as a trophy, and you feel good when you do. But we also know, Matthews, that you're a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. Is it still relevant?
Sadly not, but I'm actually trying to find a group that I can play with. So, in case anybody doesn't know, the Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing tabletop game
Yeah.
that you basically go around adventurers and do stuff, helping people, killing people.
Killing people, helping and killing. What do you do? In which order? Do you first kill them and then help them? Or do you first help them and then kill them?
Yes. It kind of depends on the party. Like,
It depends on your character because you have this alignment, right? So you could be either lawfully good. What is it? Lawfully good,
lawful good.
lawful
Lawful
good,
good,
chaotic good, neutral,
neutral good, but I mean, you have lawful neutral, then you
lawful
have
neutral.
lawful neutral, then you have true neutral,
Oh my
and
god,
then
how
you
many?
have chaotic neutral. You have only 9, don't worry.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, I'm not worried, but it's pretty cool because based on your alignment, I think it's called alignment.
Yeah.
You have to behave in that certain way. So, for example, if you're uh, true evil, let's say, that means you always have to behave in that way, right? You have to kill people, you have to betray your friends.
Yeah, but you don't have exactly to do that. You can actually have a personality traits, which are another thing that you can actually change for your character. Like,
Yeah,
um,
really?
yeah,
Okay.
like for example, you can be an evil person that just kills everybody, but he has a soft spot for the little children because as a little child he was abused.
Right. So
So he
it's like
tries
a,
to
yeah,
yeah, so he tries to help those little children and convert them into their cult. So
that's very kind of them. Actually, you have to be you are so lucky if you are a child. You meet someone like
I mean,
that. It could be worse, you mean? That's your point. It could be much worse. Like you're lucky
it,
that
it,
that person has a soft spot for children.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you basically can make any character work in this game. You just have to to know how to play as them.
Yeah. Why is it called Dungeons and Dragons then? So does it mean there are a lot of dragons in the game or?
Actually, that's a really fun thing. Dungeons, you always have a dungeon in the game that you can adventure in and explore and take some loot.
Yeah.
But dragons are like the weird thing about this game because you don't exactly fight them because
No.
they're like extremely high level. Like I'm talking about like 11 to 15th level, and
Okay.
most of the time you don't even get to that part, and even then it's just a big dragon with a lot of hit points, health points, and
So they are impossible to kill basically.
I mean, they are hard to kill. They deal a lot of damage, but there is nothing interesting to them. Like I prefer enemies that have like some unique abilities. Like for
But
example, for example, you had this knight that had this sword, and he had these hounds that, well, he commanded these hounds, and when they latched well, basically when they bit their target, he could manifest a chain and pull that dog with the person to him.
hmm, that's interesting. You know what? I've just realized we've talked about the Lord of the Rings, and we didn't know whether there was a dragon or not. But I've just realized something really important. There was a dragon in the Hobbit, of course. A very important dragon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot about that. The Hobbit is like a fairy tale that kind of preceded the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's kind of like a fairy tale about Bilbo, and he goes to does he go to a mount? Is it a mountain or is it a cave? He goes inside a cave or something to find a treasure, and there's a dragon guarding it. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, yeah. So, but the dragon plays an important role in that game, obviously. And
Wait, isn't that the dragon where in the book they actually describe its um
what?
yeah, genitalia extremely well. I'm not
I
sure
don't.
if
I don't know. Maybe it was a different book you read, Matthias. I'm sorry, but
I'm not sure. Like I think I've heard or read somewhere that it was actually yeah, that was probably I haven't read the book, but I read somewhere that that was the book
hmm,
for some reason.
yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. By the way, we apologize for the sound and video quality today. Something isn't right. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I hope you can still hear Matheus, everyone. And we still have a few more questions. Let's go through them quickly. You guys feel free to answer any of these questions as always. Do you think? Why do? Mm-hmm, that doesn't seem to be right. I don't know who wrote this question. Who wrote this question?
well,
Why do you think dragons are so popular? What's wrong with that question, Matthews?
well,
What's missing there? I made that mistake on purpose so that you could
yeah,
correct
of
it.
course.
I always say that.
So
If I make mistakes.
I think there is a missing U after the do. Why do you
Excellent.
think dragons are so
Excellent.
popular?
Excellent. And what do we call this you? What's the subject? What wanted to say? What's the sentence element? And I accidentally said subject. What's the sentence element called?
Uh, Subject?
Well done. How did you know? Amazing job. Amazing job, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Excellent. Normally, people don't know much about syntax, but
Yeah, trust me, I don't know either.
you seem to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think dragons are so popular?
Well, I think they are cool. They are big lizards with wings, and they they breathe fine.
Okay, but you could say there are a lot of creatures with wings. Okay, maybe not that many of them breathe fire, but is it because of their size as well that they are so sort of
Yeah,
majestic and formidable? I think is a good word to use here. Formidable.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it's just always nice seeing people like in stories defeating these big monsters,
Hmm, hmm.
like these huge animals.
You know what I think is also interesting about dragons? I think they have a complex character because you've got a lot of sort of creatures in different myths and fairy tales and stories that are
Yeah,
either good or evil. But I think when it comes to dragons, I think they're complex characters
yeah,
that are both good and evil. Or you have
yeah.
dragons that are pure evil, and you have dragons that are good. So yeah,
Actually, in Dungeons and Dragons, they actually have this really well set up. Each dragon, depending on what color they are, they
okay,
have these alignments
yeah.
and what they do. Like I
I
think,
didn't hear what you said there. Sorry, the last 5 seconds I couldn't hear it. You were breaking up.
sorry. Well, basically, dragons have their own alignment and basically things that they do, like or how they act.
Yeah.
For example, you have these. I think red dragons are more aggressive
Okay.
and more evil rather
Yeah.
than the blue dragon, which is like a
Mhm.
shy one. It doesn't really show itself, and he's only in his lair most of the time.
Yeah.
And also you have the smaragd dragon, which
Smart
just
second. Yeah.
yeah, which what it does is just basically look at you for
Okay.
most of the time from its lair,
Yeah.
because dragons for some reason can cast a lot of magic in Dungeons and Dragons spells, at least some of them.
So are you saying that it kind of depends on the color of the dragon then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. It's kind of simple. Yeah. I'm trying to find what the definition of the word alignment, but I think it's something like conviction, right? Or your sort
Yeah.
of like your set of values, like what sort of set of values you have if they are like if you want to like do good to people, you want to be morally pure, let's say, you are good. If you want to be morally evil, you do evil things to people, you have your evil alignment. So it's like your conviction, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be a good definition of that. Because if you find the word alignment in a dictionary, you will find more definitions there. So I think it's like a conviction. Okay. Would you like to be a dragon for one day?
This is a really weird question, but I
I made
suppose I
it.
could
Are
try
you
it.
are you criticizing my questions?
Um, Kinda.
Go ahead. I'll let you. I'll let you
Honestly,
off.
I think I would try it. I think that being a dragon is like, what would you even do at this sort of the modern era? Like, you don't even get to like fly around because missiles.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like you
Flight,
won't do.
flight space, and planes, and you think that would be
Yeah,
tough for dragons to navigate in that traffic.
yeah. I mean, like the most that I think about is like, what would you even do? Like, you cannot go into town.
Yeah. I'll tell you what humans would do. They would
Yeah.
use them as weapons against each other.
I mean, like we do it for everything, so
That's
it's
what humans
kind
would
of
do.
obvious.
Humans are like that. They're turning the things that could be useful to them. They're turning them into a weapon. That's what humans do.
Yeah,
Welcome to the world.
welcome to humans.
Yeah. Well, what would it be like to be a dragon?
Like we kind of answered that already.
I I've just realized it's kind of a similar question. Yeah. All right. I'll ask you a different question. What do you think would be the biggest challenge for you as a dragon?
Honestly, maybe talking to people. Like, well, you could talk to people. Like, would they accept you?
Sorry?
Would they accept? God, I cannot speak. would they accept? All right, I
Would
can.
they accept you?
Yeah, accept you.
Accept.
Accept.
There's a schwa sound. Accept.
Accept.
Would they
Ac-
accept you? Hmm.
accept you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the biggest part is would they turn you into a weapon, or would they make a meal out of you? Because we are
Or,
also really known for that
or
as
would
a
you
people.
make a meal out of them? Because dragons also they need to feed. They are not exactly vegetarians, are they?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, well, it would be hard for people to like kill a dragon, but there would be like some organizations or people that just, well, no, you are dragons. We want to eat you. We want to see how you taste like. So we are going to kill you because
Yeah, but
humans.
on the other hand, you would have like dragon rights activists and people like that who would protect dragons' rights. Yeah, and
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
all
and
right.
definitely it would be far more interesting because because dragons would be like not sure if dragons are really like sentient.
What do you mean?
Like in
What does that mean?
sentient, like what's the biggest difference between between a dog and a human? It's that the human is sentient and can think of its like
And I
thoughts.
might not know this word. I need to Google it. I'm embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed. Sentient, able to perceive and feel things. Okay, is that what you mean? Able to
Yeah,
perceive and see things. Okay, excellent.
yeah.
Nice one.
So you
Sentient.
could actually
Okay.
talk with people, like you can think, and it would and dragons would be on like the same level as humans. So
Sorry, can you repeat what you just said? I couldn't hear
like the
you.
dragons and humans would be on the same level
Okay. All right.
in society.
They would be like an alliance. They would be living in an alliance, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Lovely. And the last question: Could a dragon be a pet?
Well, I just said that they are on the same level. So I suppose if they weren't so sentient and they actually were a little bit more like the animals and not like humans, then yeah, they could be a pet.
Yep. All right then, Matthius. That's it, I guess. If anybody has anything to say, please use comments for that, and we can have a look at a little bit of feedback. I don't really have many mistakes today. Maybe a few things to do with pronunciation, but other than that, I didn't really notice. I suppose it's a good thing, but also it's a bad thing because we need something to learn from. Maybe it's me that I wasn't really, as you
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Don't worry about it. Like I kinda because I played Dungeons and Dragons, know I know about this topic, and I actually correct my own mistakes because of the
Excellent.
book.
Yep.
So I'm
Yeah,
not
maybe.
making that much mistakes in the topics that I like.
You said I'm not making that much many mistakes. Is that correct?
No, I don't. I'm not making much mistakes in topics that
No,
I like. Uh,
doesn't help. You cannot say much mistakes, yeah,
yeah, I'm not.
because mistakes are not uncountable. The word mistake is countable, so you cannot use the word much with countable nouns. You use much with
Yeah,
uncountable nouns. So instead of much, you have to use
a lot.
a lot of or
Not
many. Yeah, you have to use
many.
many. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You probably jinxed it. I said no mistakes, and then the last sentence. That's good. We can use it to learn something. So okay, let's have a look at that feedback section then. I'm just gonna close this and yeah, share my screen. The Google document I'm using for this. Yeah. Um, Matthias, here we go. Can you see this? Shall I make it bigger? I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Um,
Yeah.
this is actually misspelled. That's my bad. The verb how should we? Oh my God, what's happening? Uh, how do you pronounce this question?
Do dragons breathe fire?
Right. So I wanna look at this verb, and I
Yeah.
want to ask you what the pronunciation actually should be, because we have another word here. And is there a difference in pronunciation, or is it pronounced in the same way? What do you think?
Uh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's a difference. So you have this th, and th is normally in English it's pronounced either th or th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas the word breed, it has d sound at the end.
Yeah.
But the first one, it's breathe, breathe. As far as I know,
Breathe.
to breathe,
Breathe.
breathe, breathe. Uh, It's
Breathe.
interesting because the noun is breath, breath, right? Breath,
Yeah.
breath of fresh air, dragon breath. Whereas the verb is breathe, similar to
Breathe.
sunbathe. Yeah, V- v-
Then,
it's a dental sound. Your tongue has to touch
then,
your upper teeth.
uh,
Breathe,
breathe.
v-
Breathe.
breathe. I can give you
Breathe.
more words which have this sound
Breathe.
breathe, this sound. So it's in words like this, that,
This. That.
those,
Those.
their, mother,
Mm,
father, breathe, bathe, sunbathe, um, clothes. Yeah. But then you have like words, breath, cloth, just just
cloth.
sound, right? Yeah. South. So th can have two different sounds.
Yeah.
And I can also show you what the symbol for that is. If I find it, it's here. So this is the sound we are looking at. It has this symbol. So if you ever see this in a dictionary, you have to pronounce it as th.
Nora.
Okay?
Yeah.
Whereas, what did I do? Yeah, it's correct. Whereas this one, this sound, these words, this th, it contains the th sound, which is this, the first one. Okay,
Alright.
kind of here. All right. Do you know any stories with dragons? Um, I didn't exactly write what you said here, but I
Yeah.
like the way you responded. Maybe you were sort of like asking me, and stories? Yeah, because you were saying something, and then and stories, not that I know of, which is a wonderful, wonderful phrase, which I really want to praise you for that, because it's a really nice way of saying no, I don't. But there is something about the way you say it like that. I'm just trying to Google. Okay. When someone has asked you whether or not something is true, and you think the answer is no, but you cannot be sure because you don't know exactly, you can say, not that I know of. So you're sort of admitting it's possible that you are not right about this, but you personally don't have any more information about it. So rather than saying no, you could say not that I know of, and it could, like, you could express your own uncertainty about your own memory, let's say, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a nice phrase that is used very often. You guys, when you're learning English and you're maybe writing down notes about the words you learn, it's sometimes a good idea to write the whole phrases, not just like, don't. It's useless if you learn. Sometimes it's useful too, but I guess in this case you have to learn it as a chunk, the whole phrase. Then it can be useful to you. Have you ever played any games with dragons in them? The first one that comes to mind. So it's another nice phrase that I like that you used. If something comes to mind. So what does it mean, Matthius? What does it mean here? Like the first.
That you like remembering something and you remember something. Yeah.
Exactly. The first one that you can think of at this moment. The first one that comes to mind. If we don't say comes to my mind, comes to the mind, it has to be comes to mind. So that's why it's well used idiom or well used phrase. Okay, Matthius, this sound again.
Myth. Myth.
No, now that was good. Now you're pronouncing
Yeah.
it very well. Myth. Yeah.
Myth. Yeah.
So this word would belong to this group. Myth. Yeah. With this sound. Okay, and now we have got two sounds which are a little bit problematic as well. So how should you pronounce these two words?
Huh? Yeah. No.
H, H is in Slovakian, a Slovak language, and in my language, in Czech too, and in other languages they have H, but in English H does not exist, so
Yeah.
you can't say H.
Chaotic. No.
No. So I will give you more words. Maybe it will be clearer. So we have this word.
Chemistry.
Say it again.
Chemistry.
Yes. So the sound is K, and exactly the same sound is in those two words.
Yeah.
So,
So chaotic neutral.
chaotic, yeah, and
Chaotic and character.
character. That's it. Character. It's
Character.
sometimes in English you have this word, right? Like this word king.
King.
So it's the same sound. It's the same sound. King.
King.
Character. It's like it's confusing because you have ch and you think your brain thinks, especially because your first language influence, you think like, that must be pronounced in a different way than this. Like if it's different, two different letters here. But unfortunately, the English language is a bit confusing in that. And you can have different spelling but the same sound, or you can have the same sound. You can have, what did I say? I said different spelling and the same sound, but you can have the same sound and different spelling. Yeah, so that's welcome to the English language. You could be evil and have a soft spot for little children. Another fantastic phrase you used. Yeah, so to have a soft spot for someone, what does it mean?
That you kinda like them, or
Yeah,
that you
that's it. Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
You have a strong liking for someone or something. Often it's sort of used in a way that it's almost like your weakness, right? You feel very
Yeah.
strong affection for someone, basically. I often use it here on Learn English with Football, that I have a soft spot for West Ham United, even though it's not my first team, even though I support Arsenal, but I have a really soft spot for West Ham United. Okay, so now we have got this adjective formidable, which I used to describe dragons. Do you know what it means? Formidable?
I think they are like huge, like
Yeah,
big
yeah,
and strong.
yeah. No, that's actually quite a good definition. This is the definition from the Cambridge Dictionary, causing you to have fear and respect for something or someone because that thing or person is large, powerful, and or difficult. So I think you kind of said it. So yeah. Then you said dragons have their own alignment, and I think I would like to make sure you can pronounce this correctly. So can you pronounce this bit for me, please?
Own alignment.
Own
Own
alignment.
own own alignment.
So one sort of challenge here is to link these words. So whenever your word ends with a consonant sound, and then the following sound is a vowel sound, you will kind of link it. And in this case, there is even an extra sound r, because there is without a consonant, but because you have two vowels, their own, you sort of insert this r anyway. You say their own alignment. They have their own alignment. You want to try?
They have their own alignment.
Try to say their own. Try to sort of link it. Their own alignment. They have their own alignment. Sort of say it like
They
in one go.
their own alignment.
Yeah, and now say an alignment.
An alignment.
Their own alignment.
Alignment.
Yeah,
Right.
it's it's something that needs to be practiced. But we are talking about aspects of connected speech here, guys. We have explained the word alignment. It means a conviction. And then you were a little bit struggling with this word as well.
Yeah.
So would you like to try again?
Would they accept you?
Accept.
Accept. Accept you.
Not accept. Accept.
Accept.
Yeah, better.
Accept.
Accept. Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna give you the phonetic transcription for that. So to accept, this is the phonetic transcription, and it's often confused when it comes to pronunciation with the word accept. Right? Accept sounds kind of similar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But there is accept. Yeah, so accept is this word accept. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that word has ik here, whereas this first word has accept,
Accept. Yeah.
accept, and this one is accept. Almost the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that would be far more interesting. So that's what I wanted to have a look at here is the word far, which is used to intensify um, comparative structure. Yeah, so you can say something is uh, uh, good, something is better, something is the best, right? So if you say better, it's a comparative structure, and to make it even stronger, you can say it's far better. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a very nice word to use there, or you can say much better as well, of course, but far better works for sure. Now, you taught me this word that I did not know. Thank you for that. It seems to be a formal word. Sentient. Sentient.
Sentient. Yeah.
And in American English, they say sentient. Sentient, apparently. Sentient. Also, in the UK, you can say sentient. It has like two variants of pronunciation, apparently. So sentient or sentient, excuse me. And it means able to express feelings. And you said that humans are, say, sentient or sentient, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And at the end, you said, I'm making much mistakes. So what's wrong with that?
I'm making a lot of mistakes,
Or,
or I'm making many mistakes.
excellent. And that's pretty much it. So I want to thank everyone who has been watching us. I want to thank you, Matthius, for attending this class. Hope you enjoyed the topic.
Yeah, I did.
I think it's cool, always cool to talk about dragons. You guys make sure you subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching. Give us a like. And what else? What else? I don't know. Just if you have any ideas or suggestions how to even make these lessons better, I'm quite okay with this concept. I think it works. But if you have any ideas, let us know in the comments. And be nice. We have recently had someone who has been not nice in the comments. So please be nice. I'm going to be respectful to you. All our guests will be respectful to you, but you also have to respect us. So don't be a troll in the comments. You know, why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
If
I'll say
okay, you
like
can.
for
Yeah.
the last maybe 35 minutes, nobody said anything in the chat.
Maybe everybody got tired of my questions about dragons.
Maybe.
I don't know, but the point is, 99% of people are nice, and they either leave a comment or a like, which positive comments, or just something, just want to express their opinion. But then you see one negative comment, and that's the one you remember. You always remember that one negative comment. Out of 100 is just one, and you remember it. And it's just you don't understand why people even do that, right? So that's what happens on YouTube. You have all these haters, and like I've talked to different YouTubers, and everybody has haters. So it's impossible to avoid them. They are everywhere. I spoke to Emma from the Procrastination Podcast pronunciation with Emma, and she says that about, I was it like 1% of, or maybe 2 or 3% of population are psychopaths. So that's why.
Yeah.
Happy people don't do this. It's unhappy people who do this. Happy people don't
Yeah,
meet
or
any of
people that have that want to prove something.
Yeah. Or it could be like kids, like kids who are just
Yeah.
trolling around, let's say. Okay. On that note, this will be the end of this live lesson. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And Matthius, once again, take care and
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.